To an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This is Leonard Fournette. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8
yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Leonard Fournette. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Dead, 180. Check.
Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. On the carry, it's Cook. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And oh, he coughed it up, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And another negative play there as they stop him again. third down, Dalvin Cook. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
On third down, it's Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 yards and a first down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That'll be complete to Cook.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it. And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy. Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 24, check 24. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Hurry, hurry.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check.
King now to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Vikings 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Calais Campbell on the stop. Now a handoff here to his running back. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
brings up second.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Shift. Begin.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. They find some open field here. That one good for 33 and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yep.
Backside guys,
Meh.
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
You gonna see me in your life. Alert three. Watch the
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd down, here's Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now King, going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
from the 27. Mayfield rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Fournette. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
20. You better be afraid of me. You real. Hurry.
On third down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hurry. Topper. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 17 yards out. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And a give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. 36. Hey, alert.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Strong left. Check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
180! Mike 50! Yeah, that's what I do. Pistol. Check three. Hey!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken very short.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. How does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check, 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 check. Check three, check three. Undercut.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make the big play and disrupt things.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert three. Wide, get wide.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars 17.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, high 7. Hurry.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st down, King. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
Now Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field. Mike 28. Mike 28. Got one.
From the gun on 3rd down. King. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. King throwing on 4th down. The open man is Westbrook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Point it right, point it right. 180! Check 31, check 31. Go! Hurry!
Mayfield now. It's complete to Diggs. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Here we go.
A gain of 24 yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Shit. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch twist. King. Hurry. Watch that.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield. Spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Mateo, 133. I'm here all day. Real. Check.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Alert! Run. Hey, Haywood! Kill! Hey, turn it up!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
To throw is King. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On third down, Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, King. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's got Smith here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check 6, go. Kings. Taco. 49, check 49, check 49. Sponge. No. Hurry.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Come on now, let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they'll work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it. That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish. Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice. So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you major adjustments just